Hi, everybody. My name is Andy, and welcome to Menlo Unscripted, where we really are unscripted here.
We are indeed.
We are unscripted. This is Mark Swarner, pastor at Mountain View, and every single week we're answering questions on Menlo Unscripted. So make sure you send in your questions at info@menlo.church, and we would love to answer these. So make sure you subscribe also to our YouTube channel, and every time a Menlo Unscripted is uploaded, you'll get it. So Mark, we have a question that came in. Number one question, there's a thing going on in our church, and I'm not sure if I'm clear. There's a supplemental investigation. What is that? I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah, you save the easy questions for me, Andy, when I'm up here. So the supplementary investigation comes about from a lot of the events that happened this year. Many folks are aware of them. If you've been a part of Menlo Church, if you've been following a lot of the communication in 2020. But basically, there was a volunteer who admitted having inappropriate feelings of attraction toward minors. When the elders learned about this, that volunteer was immediately removed from any serving role, and an outside attorney firm was hired to do an investigation. That person completed an initial investigation, looked at church records, talked to staff, and came to the conclusion that, as far as he could see, there were no indications of any kind of misconduct, and there were no allegations of misconduct.
Let me just make sure I'm clear also with our environments. I mean, are there any background checks here when somebody volunteers? What is our process? How safe is it here?
Yeah, that's the question, because, Andy, you're a dad, I'm a dad. I've had kids go through Menlo Kids programs and student ministry programs. So, like, this is personal. I care about this stuff, not just as a pastor, but as a father. But Menlo Church has some of the best, and I'm not just saying this to like puff it up. Like, I think we have some of the best volunteer screening processes out there of any church I've seen.
I was surprised. Yeah, with background, but also you need 2 references. Is that right?
It's and we've had for kids and students. This has been, well more than a decade. I don't know how far back we've had full background checks of volunteers with kids and students, anybody around minors. But at least in 2013, I think we extended that to all volunteers. Anybody wearing a volunteer T-shirt, wearing a volunteer badge, whether you're ushering, greeting, behind the scenes or not, you have a background check, an interview. You have at least 2 references, which we do call those people and ask questions. And there's a full criminal background check with federal, state, county records, all registries that are out there, dozens of registries. And we get all those reports before we allow anyone to volunteer in any capacity.
Even somebody handing out a bulletin?
Handing out a bulletin.
Oh, my goodness.
Because if a kid gets lost and walks up and tugs on someone wearing a T-shirt saying, "Could you help me find my mom?" Like, you want to know that person is safe, and so do we.
So we want to make sure it's really clear out there, because newspaper articles and news and different people talking and gossip, it's just not true. We really go above and beyond to make this a safe place.
As much as we can, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is this investigation? So why a second?
So this investigation came about because in the initial investigation, the identity of this volunteer was still not known. It was not disclosed because there were, this wasn't an accusation against someone. It was just someone who confessed feelings that were inappropriate. At this point, that person's name is known. And so it allows a little bit more of a deeper look. And for a couple of reasons. One, we want to make extra sure. We want to go the extra mile. To this point, we still have not received a single allegation about this individual having done anything inappropriate. But we want to go the extra mile and make sure. If there is anything there, we want to know about it so we can address it. We don't want to hide that kind of stuff. And if there is nothing there, then we need to be able to say, as best as we can reasonably know anything, there was nothing there that was a concern. So that's what this supplementary investigation is going to do. And also because we want the public, our neighbors all around us, to know that this is something we do take very seriously.
This is a safe place, and so we're moving ahead with it. So there's a committee or a team, and there is an investigation or a second one that's happening. And we just want to make sure that everybody knows, everybody who's reading any newspaper or anybody talking, it's safe here.
It is. And this investigation, this new committee, is 5 people who are not current elders. They're not on our elder board. They have independence from that. There are 4 folks who are volunteers and parents. in our church, along with a representative from our larger denomination that has an outside voice. They include a senior member of law enforcement who understands what investigations look like. And they are currently meeting every week, and they are vetting an organization that specializes in child safety to conduct a thorough second investigation and just make extra sure all our bases are covered. And we think it's worth the investment to do that.
All right. Mark, thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in to Menlo Unscripted, and we'll see you next week. Keep sending in those questions.
Thanks.
Take care.